Take a look at these two ads right here. They're both promoting the same product. However, one died after 7 days and one has been running for over 4 months and is still printing money for this brand. So guess which one is where? I've ran over $100 million on Facebook ads for DTC brands, and even though statics are the easiest thing to create and test in your ad account, I always see the same problem. Business owners or agencies are always running the wrong format for their static ad creative, and what happens as a result of this is they either determine that ads don't work for them, or they end up pausing things too quickly and then blame the algorithm. And so that's why I'm creating this video. When you understand that running an ad is simply buying attention where people hang out, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, you'll understand the importance of quickly communicating who your product is for, why they need it, and ultimately helping them justify the decision to purchase your product. And different formats of ad creative give you the ability to do all three of those things while simultaneously working with Facebook ads algorithm, which is Andromeda, which craves creative diversity. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 ad formats that crush on Facebook in 2026 right now, and more importantly, they're easy to create. So by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to structure your ad creative and what formats are going to work best for your brand. And the first format that I would recommend is the before and after. Basically, one image, 2 states. Left is usually the problem and the right is the result that they can expect whenever they purchase your product or reach out to you for your service. Same person, same product, side by side. And in most cases, I see this being a really important ad type to run for anything cosmetic or health related. So think of a teeth whitening ad. You can have the left side be yellow stained teeth and the right side being white teeth. Or you can spin this up uniquely. It doesn't have to be cosmetic. Think about what your product solves. So think if you sell a coffee product, you can have the left side, you're tired, and on the right side, somebody is energized and awake, ready to tackle the day. You can communicate before and after states that the person is going to experience. That is the bottom line. Ultimately, here's why it works. People do not buy claims most times. They're buying proof. And when you can pull someone through the funnel, show them that they have a problem, and then prove immediately that it works, it helps them justify the decision for buying your product. They understand what's going to happen, and the proof is in the pudding with the product imagery, etc., etc. The trigger for getting somebody to click and ultimately purchase is belief behind these ads, and before and after probably do the best out of any other format of capturing this. And so take a look at this ad right here. I'm going to show you how to structurally break this down and what to keep intact on these formats. So number one, I like that they have the clean branding of the brand name. This is a makeup brand. So they make the claim about what this product is solving. So for you, that could be anything that your product is supposed to solve. Make sure you do it in a clever way. So they have the dark circle eraser, and then right beneath it, they show the before and the after. So if people right now are looking at their eyes and they can relate with this, and they see the desired outcome and it being a reality once using your product, they're going to connect the dots and go, oh, this product image right here is going to get me this outcome. So I love how this brand, one, they make the claim about what the utility of their product is, and then secondarily, they do have the left and the right side before and after, but I like how they put their product slap dab in the middle so people are not confused what the product is, what it looks like, because ultimately users are going to click through, go to the landing page, and they're not going to see the before and after anymore. They're going to see the product, but they're still going to be reminded that this is the exact product they just saw in the ad that claim they can get rid of their dark circles. And most of you have probably seen a good before and after, but the next format I'm about to cover is a little bit lesser known, but it's starting to really pick up, and it's really a lo-fi ad, really easy to make. Format number 2 that's creeping up and crushing is going to be this post-it format, and basically it looks like somebody scribbled something on a post-it note and dropped it in your feed, and really that's the whole trick. It doesn't look like an ad, it looks like a lo-fi message, and that is basically why it works. Every other ad on your feed usually feels glossy, very well put together. This is going to be a very lo-fi, authentic, doesn't even look like an ad style that's going to build trust with people and get them to click at a high rate, which ultimately is going to be the prerequisite for a conversion. So ultimately this style is going to stop the scroll because it looks unpolished. Your brain really just reads it's a handwritten note from a person, and it's somebody who's likely bought the product, because in most cases these style of ads are lifestyle shots with just a post-it note near or over the actual product, and they're usually promoting an actual offer or talking about the benefit or the solution that the problem solves. So here's a really great example of how easy this is to do. Go and literally take an image of your product. You can have a beautiful background like this ad has, and just put your offer on a sticky note and then take a picture and run it as an ad. It's lo-fi, it's going to build trust, and I bet this will probably be among your top CTR ads, especially if you have a good offer on it. And as mentioned, these lo-fi ads can do really, really well because they don't look like an ad. And that is exactly why number 3 for the format that is crushing it right now is going to be a UGC style static ad. So I'm not going to regurgitate everything I just said about the post-it style format, but this one's going to operate very, very similarly. The only difference is usually these are not going to have an offer over them like the other post-it notes have. They're usually going to communicate the benefit of the product or talk about how somebody feels after having used the product. So this is probably one of the better ones in the examples I'm showing. And essentially what you have is it's talking to who your demographic should be at 59. So this is immediately going to go to an older demographic. And then it's immediately from a cognitive latency standpoint, you understand that this woman loves this product because you see the 5 stars. And then ultimately you get a quick blurb of her experience when she's used the product herself. And quick pause from the main video, but if you guys are spending over $30,000 a month on Google and Facebook or combined, and you're needing help running your ads, I've been managing Facebook and Google ads for the last 8 years for e-commerce brands. So if you need help, not just setting up campaigns and ad creative, but to actually grow your bottom line revenue, I'd love the opportunity to chat with you. So if that's you, feel free, please book a call by hitting the link in the description, or you can even scan the QR code on screen. And if at any point in this video, you guys are wondering, okay, these formats look great, but how do we actually create them? Please feel free, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to share my Claude secrets, my Claude projects, and really how I go in and execute and build these type of formatted ads. The next one you guys have all probably seen, and heck, maybe you're even running this in your own ad account, but I'm going to show you how to set it up successfully. And this is an us versus them static ad. And essentially the way you're going to set this up is you're going to have 2 columns. You're going to have your competitor on one side and you on the other side. And what you're trying to do is essentially elevate yourself and all the benefits of your product and show why you're better than your competitor, even if you're expensive. This is how you guys break out of the commoditized space. If you're a product and you're fighting with other competitors just based on price, these style ads do a very great job at helping people justify spending more on your product because it holds XYZ benefit that your other competitor doesn't hold. And ultimately, here's why it works. Buyers aren't lazy nowadays. They're just overwhelmed. There's too many options and there's no clear reason to pick you. So of course they just opt for the cheapest price point. And again, the biggest thing that this ad is going to do is it's going to trigger the response of justification. They're going to feel justified to spend more money on your product, or they're going to feel justified to buy your solution compared to other solutions. So for example, there's a coffee alternative company that claims that it does a better job at keeping you awake all throughout the day and not hitting the mid-afternoon crash. While the way they juxtapose the us versus them is the us is the coffee brand product that essentially the thing they're trying to sell, and the them or the competitor they're going up against in the ad is traditional coffee. And so they show an ad of like an ugly black coffee cup, and they have all the reasons that it sucks essentially, and it doesn't actually accomplish things like keeping you awake throughout the day. And then they show their product, which is beautiful. They show it like in a nice looking mug. It looks like a really yummy product and it looks like a really tasty drink. And then they list all the benefits of their product, and at the bottom they have a CTA with an offer. And last but not least, we have format number 5, which is going to be the most common format that you guys probably see in any Facebook ad account. Without a doubt, you're running these right now, but the structure of the ad is likely messed up or it could use some improvement. So I'm going to go through some really great examples to format number 5, which is essentially just a product feature benefit style ad. So what is the product feature benefit format? Essentially, you have a product shot and then you have copy that either talks about what the product does, who it's for, or key benefits. And again, most of you are running this in your ad accounts right now, but because you don't know how to structure and format it correctly, even though you're technically still running this format in your ad account, the biggest unlock here that takes an ad from dying in 7 days and an ad running for 4+ months is understanding how you lay your copy and what to say in your ad copy. And before I go through that, let me talk through why this ad format even works and why it's really so popular. This ad type basically works because people aren't buying features. They buy what the features are doing for them. And if you can quickly communicate somebody's problem and anchor it to a solution, and then ultimately show them that your product is the solution, that is always going to yield in a good click-through rate and ultimately get people to take action. Somebody recognizes that there's a problem that you can solve, and then immediately they see your product as the centerpiece, aka the solution to that problem you're calling out. That is essentially Facebook Ads 101. And just to highlight an ad that's doing this really well, and what you have is really 3 main parts. You have this headline and subtext. So the headline is going to either make a claim, ask a question that gets people thinking about a problem that they're currently experiencing that they thought they were alone in. So this one is making a claim, thicker hair, and then the subtext is in 3 to 6 months. They're making a promise. This is a bold promise to people. And then immediately they have a huge product photo here. So right away, if I'm making a promise and then I'm slapping my actual product right in front of somebody's face, well, what am I saying? I'm saying my product does this. People automatically communicate the two together. So you have to be methodic. You have to make sure that your headline is, one, bold enough, but also conveys a message that's captivating enough to stop the scroll and that would resonate with people. Is because the way Facebook ads works under Andromeda is they are going to put ads in front of people who are experiencing what your ad copy or your creative is trying to say. So they already know people who are struggling with hair loss and who are self-conscious about it. And then thirdly, what you're going to do is, as you see in here, they have the USPs of ingredients that essentially help build proof that their product is legit. So these are ingredients maybe people are already familiar with, and they understand that the pairing of these is likely going to be strong. And so ultimately they can connect it and say, this product has these ingredients, it has to grow people's hair. And then last but not least, if you can throw an offer on the ad or have some credibility like a reviews badge or something of that nature, it's only going to strengthen the belief around the claim you're making in the headline to the solution to someone's problem. Okay, so quick recap on all the 5 formats in Facebook ads that are crushing right now. Number 1, you have a before and after. Essentially show somebody what they can expect after taking your product or your service. Number 2, run a post-it style ad. These again don't look like ads and they build trust immensely. Similarly, ad format number 3 is going to be your UGC style selfie, which in essence is a UGC video that's turned into a static. And format number 4 is going to be your us versus them style ad that helps people justify buying your product quicker, even if it's more expensive than a competitor's. And then last but not least is going to be your feature and benefit call out style ad. Just make sure that you structure it correctly, because that's what's actually going to get you to run an ad that's scalable for your ad account. And so ultimately, I asked you guys at the very beginning of the video, what ad do you think crushed it and won and is still running? And obviously it's going to be this style of ad, which this is really just a product feature benefit style ad. They're calling out a problem, and ultimately, like I mentioned, they're putting their product as the solution, so people convey that, oh, this gummy is the solution to me not pooping. And then they're putting an offer slap dab in the middle. And so it's going to look way better than a super confusing PDF looking style ad that somebody has to sit there and read for 5 minutes. Make sure it's simple, it's readable, and you're connecting your product to the solution as quickly as possible. And if you want to see how I build a creative testing structure in Facebook ads from scratch, that video is going to be right here.